reflect, I'm returning back to the Women of Honour. How can you proceed with a so-called independent inquiry where the terms of reference have not been drawn up by the Dáil or by the women themselves, who courageously went forward and made known what they had suffered? And they also pointed out that all the previous reviews and all the previous policies had utterly failed to protect women and men in the Defence Forces. And you're proceeding now with apparently an independent inquiry, which is not. And the women have said that they won't be participating in that inquiry. Doesn't that pose a dilemma for you?
Thank you. Deputy Connolly raised the Women of Honour group that I met yesterday. There were other groups as well that of serving women in the Army and the Defence Forces that met with Minister Coveney, and as well as the other representative organisations. And they maybe had slightly different perspectives on the independent review that has been announced. It is an independent review. I had a relatively lengthy discussion yesterday with the Women of Honour group that I met. And it is independent in the first instance. It's an independent chair, an independent judge, and with assistance, obviously, with Senior Counsel plus Ms. Jane Williams, who's a very good record in terms of human resource perspective. And the discussion ranged over a number of issues, but importantly, you know, if you go back over a number of inquiries that were held, the better ones actually benefited from, I'm talking about statutory ones now, from scoping work that was done in advance. We have not ruled out a statutory inquiry. And it's important the Minister has an obligation to make sure that the current situation is optimal for the protection of Defence Forces personnel right now. And that this review can come up with very valuable recommendations in that regard.